Hey there, this is Dr. Mort Orman, and it looks like it's going to be another scorcher today here in Maryland. The heat index is expected to be over 100 degrees this afternoon, and this is just perfect for our theme this week of talking about summer stress. So I want to talk to you today about another aspect of summer stress, and that is the increased stress at work that we can have during the summertime. Now, why would you suppose there might be increased stress at work during the summertime? Well, for some of the reasons we've already talked about this week. Your kids may be, if you have kids, your kids may be home from school. You may be worried about what they're doing, how much supervision they're getting, whether they're getting into trouble or not. All kinds of things you may not have had to worry about when they were in school. Also, getting them around to different activities may put a little stress on you and your family because there's more needs and demands for transportation and other kinds of things like that. There are also many more activities going on during the summertime that you may want to participate in, but you can't. Normally during the winter, the dead of the winter, if you're in that kind of a climate where you have vast seasonal changes, you may not be able to do that much during the wintertime. In the summer, everybody's out playing, doing things, enjoying themselves, and you're sitting there at work wishing you could be somewhere else. So that can be stressful at times. But even more important is the fact that we talked about vacation stress last time and how sometimes going on vacation can be not as stress relieving and sometimes even stressful during the summertime. But also, what about all your colleagues and coworkers who go on vacation during the summertime, and now you have to cover for them? So not only do you have to do your own work, but you have to do the work of 2 or sometimes 3 people, and this could be for a week or 2 weeks or sometimes even longer when these increased work demands are placed upon you. And so these kinds of things during the summertime can cause us some changes that we have to deal with again, getting back to our theme of the fact that summer stress has to do with changes for the most part. But what is the best way to do it? What are some of the mistakes that people make in dealing with these kinds of changes and dealing with these kinds of stresses at work? Well, what I see, the biggest mistake that I see people making is we just have this natural tendency, for some reason, to just want to resist the flow of life. I mean, we just want to fight and argue against and be unhappy about the way life flows. And sometimes during the summertime, when people at your workplace are off on vacation enjoying themselves with their families, that may not be the most desirable flow of life for you and what work you have left to do and all the other competing things that you might want to participate in. But that's the flow of life. And when that happens, you've got one of 2 choices. You can either resist it, fight against it, make yourself upset about it, be angry about it, be frustrated about it, have any kinds of those kinds of reactions where you're resisting the way life is going at that moment, or you can embrace it. You can have fun with it. You can use your creative abilities to try to make it as tolerable as possible or even as pleasurable as possible. There's all kinds of things you can do when you're not tying up all your energy in generating stress for yourself by resisting, wishing it wasn't the way that it is, and doing all that kind of stuff, which is really, when you look at it, objectively, is kind of crazy. That's what life is doing. You might as well get with it. You might as well go with it. That's what's going with the flow is all about. And it's about being creative. It's about not just going with the flow and putting up with it, but actually embracing it and enjoying it. You see this so often, this tendency that we have to not want to enjoy what's right in front of us. I mean, if you look at bumper stickers on cars, you'll often see bumper stickers that say, I'd rather be skiing, I'd rather be flying, I'd rather be fishing, I'd rather be jogging, all those kinds of things. I think that's crazy. I think when you're driving, this is the bumper sticker that you should have. I think you should have the bumper sticker. I'd rather be driving when you're driving. Because when you're driving, that's what's going on. That's what's real. That's what's now. That's what's here. You shouldn't be sitting there driving, thinking, oh my God, I hate the fact I'm driving to work. I could be driving to the beach. You could be, but you're not, okay? You're in your car, you're driving to work. Enjoy it. Make the best of it. Do whatever you can to make it a pleasurable experience. Enjoy driving when you're driving. When you're skiing, enjoy skiing when you're skiing. When you're fishing, enjoy fishing when you're fishing. That's the flow of life. That's how you get in the flow of life. And part of what gets us out of the flow of life not just with summer stress, but all across the board, all the time, every month of the year, is our tendency to want to resist what's right in front of us, want to resist what's happening, want to resist change, want to resist the way life normally flows. And you can do that if you want, but you'll get stress as a result, and you won't be as happy, and it'll be harder. On the other hand, if you're going with the flow of life, and you realize, oh, well, and that's not to say, there's certain things you probably should resist that are really counterproductive or dangerous or harmful. I'm not saying go with those flows, but when you don't have those situations, and it's just a matter of, am I going to go with what's in front of me and where life is going at this moment, or am I going to fight it, resist it, resent it, hate it, get stressed about it? It's a very clear choice, and I think a lot of us don't even realize that we have that choice, and you do. And so I think that's the biggest mistake I see people make in dealing not just with summer stress, but with any type of stress that occurs all throughout the year. So that's it for today, and we'll finish up this series with one more video tomorrow. Remember, when you're driving, you want to be driving.